Hello YouTube and the tribes of the horror realm. It's Friday and the work week is winding down for some, not for others. I come home, I still have to do a little work. I gotta feed you, right?
That should be a loving thing, not
Yeah.
work.
I gotta play with the cat, right? You want to play it all the time, don't you? And we gotta put together the alphabet of awesome movies, part 3, and this one is the letter B.
Stop swinging that thing.
That's what she said. Um, so, anyways, without further ado, again, real quick, you have to pick a letter, a movie, an awesome movie you feel, for that particular letter, as well as everyone had submitted a word last week that began with B, and everyone would have to pick a movie that had featured in some way or fashion that word. And in this case, Luke, my esteemed you, had picked the word beer. So we have 2 picks, and then we have to give out a letter for C. So you got to remember to speak up so people can hear. That's your cue.
The movie I picked for B is, if everybody knows me, my favorite movie, 80s flick, The Breakfast Club. Awesome movie. I mean, if it just takes you back to high school all over again, doesn't it? Few kids get detention and they find out that they have more in common than they thought.
My pick is in the same vein as Breakfast Club. It's one of those classics of the 80s that everyone loved and enjoyed. And that would be Burial Ground, The Nights of Terror. All sorts of awesomeness in this. You've got the zombies that are awakened by some really geeky looking monk who tries to tell him that he's their friend. You've got the little guy who kind of looks like a small version of Dario Argento, who has got an edible complex for his mother. And of course you have a really great nipple biting scene. So Burial Ground, absolutely awesome film no matter how you cut it. I'll put it up against anything that people come up with for this challenge. You just can't beat something as good as this. Now, on to the word beer.
I picked Gremlins. There's a scene in this movie that the Gremlins invade a bar. And you see one of the Gremlins, he's on the bar and he's drinking beer from the tap. And then you see his stomach like rising up. And that's the scene.
All right. For my letter B, or for word beer, gotta pronounce the R. I came up with this little curiosity, and that would be the cult film by David Lynch, Blue Underground. There's a classic scene with Dennis Hopper's character, Frank Booth, where he confronts a bar-hopping young man and asks him what he's drinking. He tells him Heineken, and Frank replies by grabbing the back of his neck. He's like, Heineken? That's effing shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon. So if anyone's watched it, they obviously know the scene. Not a good impressionist for Dennis Hopper. Plays a really scary dude, and even when he's just discussing types of beer, he is still very intimidating, and apparently likes the beer of choice for Revere, Massachusetts. So finally we come to the letter for next week to throw into the hat a word that begins with the letter C. So I know you had a few of them that you were kicking around. You don't remember the one you had the other night, do you?
No.
I said it earlier.
You did? What was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. My C word is curiosity.
Yeah, you should have seen what you really was going to go with.
Yeah. That's not true. It's your turn.
Oh. Well, I had to think about this one long and hard, and decided that for my C word, I'm going with the word cleavage. Do you see a pattern here?
I want to see if you can go through the whole entire alphabet doing something like that.
Well, D is probably going to be D cups.
You give it away now.
E will be E cups.
Well, you stop. There's no such thing as E cups.
Yes, there is.
There is?
I'll show you a picture online.
How do you find a movie for E cups?
You go to an adult video store and buy one there.
No,
And you know what my F one is going to be?
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
We want it to be a surprise.
Fun bags.
There you got it, guys.
So there you go. You're gonna. I'm giving you my C, D, E, and F all right there for you. All right, that's it. It's time for us to go and play.
Bye.
Bye bye.